Hi, everyone. A book that has found its way into my house this holiday season was published back in 2017 and was bought in the discount section of whatever store someone bought it from. The first thing I noticed myself was the author, but my husband noticed the title of the book, and we decided to read the book before giving it to our children to read. Don't Let Them Disappear: 12 Endangered Species Across the Globe. Written by none other than Chelsea Clinton, the daughter of the infamous political power couple. And it's a prime example of how liberal ideologies are sneaking into kids' literature under the guise of education. I'll break down why this book is loaded with left wing talking points and how it's indoctrinating our children, and why you, as parents, need to be extra vigilant about what ends up under the Christmas tree this year. Let's get into it. First off, this book is beautifully illustrated by Gianna Marino. Gianna Marino has illustrated a variety of other children's picture books that often feature animal characters and explore themes of friendship, adventure, overcoming fear, family bonds, emotional growth. Books such as We All Belong, which promote inclusivity through a story of animals welcoming a newcomer. Penguin Random House, the parent company of Random House Children Books, the publisher, publishes numerous other books like this book, a kid's book about climate change by Zanagi Artists and Olivia Greenspan, explaining climate impacts and empowering kids to act. And Kids Fight Climate Change: Act Now to Be a 2-Minute Superhero by Martin Dory, with missions for carbon saving lifestyle changes. Penguin Random House, or its predecessor, has donated to the Clinton Foundation specifically. And they contributed between 1,000 and 5,000 in 2007 to the foundation, listed on the foundation's website at the time, according to freebeacon.com. And Chelsea Clinton has stated that some of the proceeds from the sale of this book will go to that foundation also. Again, according to freebeacon.com and newyorktimes.com. Let's talk about the book's core message. It profiles 12 endangered animals like giraffes, gorillas, blue whales, and polar bears, and hammers home threats like habitat destruction, poaching, pollution, and, of course, climate change. Sounds innocent, right? Teaching kids about animals, but let's dig deeper and you'll see it's straight out of the liberal playbook. Climate change is mentioned repeatedly as a villain, especially for polar bears losing their ice habitats. This isn't just facts, it's alarmism, designed to scare young minds into believing the world is on the brink of catastrophe unless we adopt radical environmental policies. We all know climate change is rhetoric, a staple of the left, used to push for big government regulation, higher taxes, and anti fossil fuel agendas that hurt American jobs and energy independence. Chelsea Clinton isn't subtle here. She's planting seeds of fear early, turning kids into future activists for causes like the Green New Deal. And it's not just climate. The book blames habitat loss on things like development, palm oil plantations, and overfishing. Translation: it's anti capitalism in disguise. Palm oil? That's code for attacking industries in developing countries, often tied to liberal boycotts that ignore economic reality. Habitat destruction for development? That's a jab at progress, urbanization, and free market growth. Things conservatives champion as ways to lift people out of poverty. Instead of balanced views like how responsible hunting or sustainable farming can coexist with conservation, the book pushes a one sided narrative. Humans, and especially those humans in industry, are the bad guys, and we must save these animals through vague calls to action like recycling, planting trees, and supporting your zoos. No mention of how overregulation stifles innovation or how some species recover through private efforts. not government mandates. This is Indoctrination 101, framing environmentalism as a moral imperative while ignoring counter arguments. Now, why is this indoctrination aimed at your children? Because liberals know that if they capture young hearts and minds, they win the long game. This book is marketed for kids as young as 4 to 8 years old with cute illustrations and simple language that makes these heavy topics seem fun and urgent. It ends with a pledge for readers to work together to protect animals, complete with awareness days like World Giraffe Day or International Tiger Day. It sounds harmless, but it's training kids to prioritize globalist causes over national interests or family values. Chelsea Clinton, with her family's history of progressive politics, isn't writing this for a neutral education. She's extending the Clinton legacy of influencing culture. Remember, this is the same crowd that pushes gender ideology and critical race theory in schools. By wrapping liberal agendas in animal stories, they're bypassing parents and directly programming kids to view the world through a left wing lens. Government solutions, collective guilt for human impact, and emotional manipulation over facts. Parents, this is why you absolutely must pay attention to your children's Christmas present this year. The holidays are prime time for well meaning relatives or friends to gift books like this, thinking it's just a cute animal story. But in reality, it's a Trojan horse for indoctrination. With schools already flooded with progressive curricula, the last thing we need is more of it at home during family time. Imagine your child unwrapping this under the tree, then parroting lines about climate doom or boycotting products. Next thing you know, they're questioning your values. To keep them safe, vet every gift. Check the author's backgrounds. Chelsea Clinton, isn't that a red flag? Read reviews from trusted conservative sources and opt for classics that teach timeless lessons without politics, like Dr. Seuss, Bible stories. Talk to your kids about balanced views and, yes, care for creation, but not at the expense of freedom and truth. Resources like PragerU Kids and Tuttle Twins or other books from conservative publishers can counter this nonsense. But in conclusion, Don't Let Them Disappear isn't just a book. It's a tool for liberal indoctrination using endangered animals to push climate hysteria, anti development sentiments, and collective activism on impressionable minds. Don't let it appear in your home this Christmas. Stay vigilant, protect your family's worldview, and let's raise a generation that's wise to these tactics. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and God bless.